Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. If you want to join me on my live stream, check out the links in my description and in the comments. Stream every day besides Sunday and some holidays because I didn't stream yesterday. So, we're going to talk about Bitcoin projections for the end of the year 2020. I am very, very bullish on the Bitcoin projections for the end of the year 2020. And the thing is, yes, we're going through a very, very hard time right now. My prediction, by the way, is still around 15, 16,000. Now, I do believe that we are probably going to either trade sideways or go down for the next month or two. But as the country recovers from the pandemic and as economic activity kicks up again, I believe Bitcoin will kick up as well. I think some people are having a little bit more faith in Bitcoin now, and Bitcoin obviously controls the rest of crypto. I do think some people are having a little bit more faith in Bitcoin now because the mining is starting to slowly decentralize away from China. Especially if Sichuan actually cracks down on 10% of the Bitcoin hash rate, that mining won't just disappear. It'll go to like Texas or Wyoming or something. And you're seeing mining farms in other countries besides China. And it's come down from like 80% to 75%. Now it's like 67%. So as more farms open up worldwide, especially in places like Texas and the United States, China won't have full control over Bitcoin mining. So I think it's going to gain a little bit of trust that way as well. Obviously, there's more people adopting it. In India, just actually announced, the bank just announced there are no restrictions on banks working with crypto brokerages or providing accounts to crypto traders. I think the RBI just announced that, and India is a huge country. Now, India is not on the same level as the United States or even China when it comes to investment money. There's just not as much money in India as those other countries. India has been said by many to be like China back in the 80s or the 90s. But right after they opened up, but before they really had the big economic development. But they actually have a lot of people, and really the development might actually be faster than the 30 years it took China because we have the internet, we have more globalization, and there's a lot of interest in foreign companies actually investing in India. There was a lot of interest in foreign companies investing in China, but the internet and globalization is much, much better than it was back 30 years ago. So the development might actually be much faster. And unlike China in the 80s and 90s, right after it opens up, where there were no rich people, there are actually rich people in India that could actually get into the crypto business even earlier. So India actually declaring cryptocurrencies open is actually a big deal. Now, it won't be like this sudden ginormous big splash, but over like the last half of the year, I do actually believe that it will start to have some kind of effect. If China opens up, that will be a bigger splash in the immediate future because China does have more investment money. The middle class in China is substantially richer, so they actually have a lot of money to actually invest. And if that happens, we'll probably see another small run at least for the Chinese coins. So I mean, keep your eyes peeled for that. But otherwise, other areas of the world outside the United States, the EU actually does have a lot of money, are getting regulations in, and a lot of the companies are very, very supportive. And a lot of the big companies like JP Morgan just offered to bank Coinbase and Gemini. So the thing is, like, big companies are actually getting involved. They actually see the potential. Most analysts agree that cryptocurrency, besides, Peter Schiff and all that stuff, besides a couple of people, most analysts actually do agree that cryptocurrency is not going away. It's here to stay. And a couple of hedge fund managers are actually dipping their toes in as well. So my projection for Bitcoin at the end of the year is probably 15, 16,000. I don't think we'll have that big giant run this year. And I do think we might actually go down to maybe like 6, 7, maybe even 5,000 within the next, by August. And then after that, it should be a slow climb up. And hopefully by the end of the year, in the 4 months, it'll have doubled its value in August. Now for the altcoins, I might actually believe that it's, for most altcoins, I might actually believe that it's better to be in Bitcoin this particular year because I don't see a gigantic surge for altcoins until we get past 20,000, and I don't think we'll get past 20,000 by the end of the year. I do think like the pandemic will take more time to recover. Americans who have the most money out of any country in the world to buy a cryptocurrency, you can just see it on Fiat League, like 40% of all money 40% of all crypto action is in the United States, so it's by far the biggest country. I don't think a lot of Americans are going to be wanting to actually invest right now in any kind of assets when they have immediate needs at home that may not actually be filled. And some people are probably storing away cash for a rainy day. Like it or not, the USD is still the most valued, the most wanted asset or the most wanted currency in the world. it's not going anywhere anytime soon. It might become digital, but it's not actually going anywhere. Because of that, investment from the United States and because of their crappy regulations, it might actually remain kind of slow at this point. But next year, I do expect things to really, really start taking off. So at the end of this year, I do expect altcoins to be actually at a lower ratio, maybe around 70% dominance by Bitcoin, which will actually gradually decrease or quickly decrease next year. But Bitcoin itself, I do expect it to be higher. So if you're in fiat right now and you're looking towards the end of the year, get into Bitcoin sometime, probably within the next 3 months. If you're waiting for a dip, if it goes below 6,000, it's probably a good time to buy in. And if it gets past 3 or 4 months and it's not dipped, then it's probably good to get in anyways because crypto will be a lot higher as the cycle nears the next completion, probably towards the end of 2021. So that is my projection and my analysis. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.